Hi, and welcome to this week's video for the Tended Fire Collective. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Kathy, and I am really excited to be being able to continue to do these little videos for everybody. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So, in the spirit of what we've been kind of talking about the last couple of weeks, we're going to talk today about ebbs and flows. Okay, so we kind of, this kind of bubbled up for me. I actually was listening to an old radio station that plays old hits, and the song Turn by the Byrds came on. And I don't know if anybody watching is of the age that remembers the song, but it's based on one of the verses from Ecclesiastics in the Christian Bible. And basically it's this idea that to everything there is a season. So what I started to recognize with that whole idea is how much many of us, myself included, don't allow the seasons to just be the seasons. So this idea of an ebb or a flow in energy, which directly can influence, obviously, our productivity, can be kind of difficult to deal with, not from just deciding what to do with that time, but also how you feel about what you're doing with that time. That was the big bugaboo for me. So generally speaking, I could find kind of some, non-creative kind of, tasks that didn't take a lot of, bandwidth or brain power to do. But what I started to realize was that I was distracting myself from the discomfort of having an ebb in my energy, or what I perceived of is a drop in productivity, which in the way that I was brought up was like not good. This was no bueno to have that kind of experience. So the suggestion and the practice for this week is to notice whether, as you are going into an ebb in energy, what you actually think about that. What's the narrative that's going on for you in the back of your head? How are you viewing that? Are you viewing that as a shortcoming for yourself, or are you allowing yourself the actual nurturing rest that many times produces the inspiration for your next action? So my suggestion is going to be that you notice that experience if it arises for you, that you take a few breaths, change the narrative around that to what's possible for me right now, what's trying to surface, what's trying to make itself available for me to notice and to perhaps be inspired for my next great act. Okay, so thanks very much for joining. Looking forward to seeing all of you again next week. Take good care.